This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
Today's video is brought to you by Magic Spoon. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about an offer exclusive to you and my audience that I think you should pay attention to. Just as I think you should pay attention to this. Look at that segue, huh? Professional. Look, if you know me, or parasocially, I mean, if you know me and you've watched me and you listen to my stupid face, the hole in my face flap out words on a daily basis, you know that I've been critical of the Justice Department. You know that I've been critical specifically of Merrick Garland. That I've been bothered by the inaction. Well, maybe those of you who have been irritated by that mouth flapping and the sound that comes out of my stupid face, maybe you'll get a little reprieve because it appears there is action on the part of the Justice Department. And I don't mean just waiting, sitting on their hands, waiting for a criminal referral. I'm talking a criminal referral from the January 6th House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection. There is right now operating, impaneled in Washington, D.C., here in the nation's capital, a grand jury. And I know that because of this story right here. There's a goof named Ali Alexander, who was the chief organizer of the Stop the Steal rally. And he has announced through lawyers, through intermediaries, that he is cooperating. But I want you to be cautious, because I believe, it is my belief, that he is signaling that he's going to cooperate unless somebody does something for him. I'm going to read from this New York Times article, and we're going to get into this. But it is good news. It's good news and bad news. Before I get into it, though, a word from today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. I have been doing my best this year to eat better, but it can be tough. Breakfast is especially difficult for me. I mean, who doesn't love to kick off their day with a donut or a bacon and jelly soaked biscuit? Am I right? But just because I am now focused on a healthier breakfast doesn't mean I have to eat a boring one. Magic Spoon is a breakfast cereal with several amazing flavors that you'll love, but without any of the bad stuff. Go to magicspoon.com/Dollemore to grab a variety pack and try it today. Make sure to use promo code Dollemore at checkout to save $5 off of your order. Magic Spoon cereals have 0 grams of sugar. 0 grams of sugar. 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. And one serving is only 140 calories. They are keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. Try the variety pack again, which has 4 delicious flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. But I'm also hooked on both blueberry and maple waffle. You're seriously just going to have to try them all. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, they offer a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like the cereal for any reason, they'll refund you your money. No questions asked. Support this channel and healthify your breakfast with delicious, guilt-free cereal. Go to magicspoon.com/Dollemore and use code Dollemore to get $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for all the deliciousness and also for sponsoring this episode. So let me tell you about this New York Times headline. Pro-Trump rally planner is cooperating in Justice Department's January 6th inquiry. Ali Alexander, who was a key figure in the Stop the Steal movement, said he had received a grand jury subpoena and would assist the expanding investigation. Now, that's a great headline. 2 things that it tells us is that we are now, the investigation is beyond just Congress. The investigation isn't just a criminally, prosecutorially toothless investigation. It is actually being handled by the Department of Justice. A grand jury has been impaneled with the power of subpoena, with the power to compel testimony, and with the power to vote and indict criminal indictments. The part of this that's the problem is the fact that Ali Alexander has a history, just like the rest of these Trump people, of signaling that they're going to do something, but not signaling as though, oh, I'm going to be a cooperative witness. I'm going to be a good guy here. I'm going to do what's right for the country, and by virtue of that democracy, he's going to do what's right by him. Reading from this article, Ali Alexander, a prominent organizer of pro-Trump events after the 2020 election, has agreed to cooperate with the Justice Department's investigation of the attack on the Capitol last year, the first high-profile political figure known to have offered assistance to the government's newly expanded criminal inquiry. Speaking through a lawyer, Mr. Alexander said on Friday that he had received a subpoena from a federal grand jury that is seeking information on several broad categories of people connected to pro-Trump rallies that took place in Washington after the election. This is good news. Because to get to Donald Trump, they're going to need to pull the threads. Ali Alexander is a thread. All of these other conspiracists, who entered into a criminal conspiracy to overthrow the government and overturn a free and fair election, you pull on one, and then the sweater will unravel, and it will lead you to the neck, to the head of the sweater, which is Donald Trump. It's a terrible metaphor, but I'm not paid to do metaphors. In a statement from the lawyer, Mr. Alexander said he was taking, quote unquote, a cooperative posture with the Justice Department's investigation, but did not know what useful information he could give. He also disavowed anyone who took part in or planned violence on January 6th, because of course he did. Now, it will be incumbent upon the government to offer Ali Alexander a deal he cannot refuse. That there will be massive prison time involved surrounding his criminal conspiracy charge, which I believe carries like 10 years. There could be multiple of those. So the government's going to have to do the right thing here and give him some incentive to not do the old Michael Flynn or Roger Stone or Paul Manafort, who, oh, I'm going to cooperate, and then at the last minute, I'm not cooperating. While it remains unclear what Mr. Alexander might tell the grand jury, he was intimately involved in the sprawling effort to mount political protests challenging the result of the election and had contacts with other organizers, extremist groups, members of Congress, and, according to the House committee investigating January 6th, White House officials during the period after Election Day. He knows where the bodies are buried, quote unquote, or as the saying goes. The grand jury impaneled by federal prosecutors is looking into a wide range of issues surrounding former ex-President Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the results of the election after months in which the Justice Department focused on rioters directly involved in the storming of the Capitol. So again, look, good news, tepid news, good news, neutral news. We will see. That has been my mantra through this entire over 1 year. We'll see. We'll see what Merrick Garland does. We'll see if he has the intestinal fortitude, as it were, to tackle this particular issue. It seems that if this grand jury is going to do its business, and the assistant U.S. attorneys who are attached to this grand jury, if they are skilled, we will get to the bottom of this. There will be criminal charges, not just for Ali Alexander, but for Donald Trump and in those in the direct orbit of Donald Trump. This isn't wishful thinking on my part. I get a lot of shitty voicemails from people who, nothing's going to happen, as though I'm Pollyanna about this, as though I have some overwhelming optimism about the results that might come. I have been very stoic throughout this. I have been very real, a very realist view, pragmatic even. I am not, Donald Trump's going to go to jail. I think the chances of that are unlikely, but there is a chance. And without voices like mine and yours, there will be no chance. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you guys. Thanks for your time, your attention, your engagement with my content. You mean the world to me. I would appreciate it if you would follow me on social media, connect with me there. That is a great place to communicate. And if I bring you some value, and only if I do, please consider supporting and producing the work that I do here. I believe is an important work. If you also believe it's important, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. And for $1.99 a month, you can become a channel member. It seems like such an insignificant amount, but if I'm able to marshal the size of my growing audience, we could really make some change. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That is not just for the podcast. That also supports the production of my work here. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.